Hey guys, welcome back to Cantina Club, and we're going to do a reaction video to the Rise of Skywalker special look that was released at D23 last week. So we're about. Is everybody queued up and ready to go?
Yeah.
All right. So
I have no idea what this is. I don't know if you guys have seen it, but I haven't seen it.
I've seen it. Yeah.
I haven't seen it.
All right. So 3, 2, 1, play.
I got a black screen.
Same here.
Oh, wait. I still have a black screen. Malfunction. Oh, wait. Okay.
Oh,
Here it is.
instant.
What the hell?
God.
That was a long... Hello. All right. Star Wars.
Oh, this is reminding us of...
Yeah, this is kind of setting the bar pretty high for the rest of this.
Yeah, no kidding. It's hard to top this.
Turn them up a little bit. Oh, yeah. Jedi. Better than all three combined.
1,000 generations live in you now.
Whatever.
Wake up, Luke. Crying out loud. Oh, the Emperor.
But this is your fight.
Now we're in the new stuff, and can you feel the quality dropping? Oh, that was a cool juxtaposition. I like that. Oh, new stuff.
Yep.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
What? Huh?
That's bizarre. 3PO with
Yeah,
red
man.
eyes.
Oh, kill those trees.
That looks awesome. That looks pretty awesome.
That does look
Uh-huh.
What? What? I gotta go
Is that
back.
who's the new actress? The one from the Americans? Was that her?
What are you talking about?
Keira Knightley, is that her name? What's her name?
Oh, wow. Keira Knightley.
Is that her name?
No.
What is her name? Not Keira Knightley. What is her name? The new chick, the new person.
Carrie Russell.
Carrie Russell. Who's Keira Knightley?
That was Carrie Knightley.
I'm tired. Is that Carrie Russell at the end?
We are crashing and burning
that
here.
was Daisy Ridley.
Yes.
That
No.
was Ray. It was.
No.
Are you kidding?
I've got
No.
to look at that. Okay, hold on. Did she have red eyes?
You
I think
will
she had red
die.
eyes.
I don't know that she had red eyes. I don't think she had red eyes. But she did have the cloak.
C-3PO had red eyes.
Red light.
What's the red eyes?
So C-3PO is now a Dark Lord of the Sith.
Bloodshot. I'm sorry. What the fuck did I just see? I mean, what the hell was all that crap?
I don't know.
Was that it?
That was it.
That's what everybody got hyped about.
What
Yes.
is that at the
Are
end?
you joking?
No.
I have. Okay, I'm gonna shut up. What's your guys' reaction?
Okay, I want to go back and see that of Ray again. I'm looking at this again. That's Ray.
Can we just watch it the whole
Of
thing
course
again?
it's Ray.
Can we just start it over?
That is Ray. She's got a double-bladed red lightsaber. She's got a.
What the hell was going on with that though? What was it?
She is,
It
What
looked like a
was going on
Lego.
with what?
It looked like a Lego saber or something. What was she doing with it?
she is completely in black, and she's got a
Mhm.
black hood and cloak, and I can't tell if she's got red
Maybe
eyes.
it's a funeral. Maybe they're finally having a funeral for Han Solo.
I think, honestly, I
Luke
think it's
Skywalker,
probably,
or
I think
Princess
it's
Leia.
like a vision or something like that. I don't believe she's gone dark.
It's Lando's funeral.
Okay, I buy.
Maybe
that.
it's like an updated version of like when Luke went into the tree on Dagobah. You know, they're trying to do that kind of a thing, and she's having like a vision of being evil. I don't think it's
All
legit.
right,
That's a
I'm
good explanation.
I'm backing this up to its pause, and where I can look at it since you guys.
But does
Obsessed
the
with this.
Emperor speak somewhere in there? Is the Emperor speaking at the end, or is that Luke?
No, it's Luke the whole time. It's Mark Hamill.
Okay, and so he says something about your story nears its end.
Oh my god. So what was your reaction, Gundark? I mean, this is supposed to be a reaction.
Okay. Okay.
I need to watch it again because I don't know what the hell I just saw. To be honest, so I don't really have one. If somebody else has one,
Some of it. Well, I would need to see some of the images again. I like
All right,
that
you want to watch?
shot on it. Yeah, let's go
Let's
back.
watch it again.
I remember ships coming out of hyperspace. I liked that. That's all I remember.
Yeah, well,
are
you talking about the shot of
the hero shot of them is the first shot of the new stuff. It's at 113, I think.
So you want to start there?
Yeah.
113. Okay, I'm at 109. That's Rey from Force Awakens with the
114 is the
113. I've got it where it's just fading in and the words "This Christmas" are just appearing.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Are we all set?
Yeah.
Okay. 3, 2, 1, play.
Help me, J.J. Abrams. You're my only hope to understand this. To have a reaction.
That shot, whatever that was.
Yeah, I do too.
Like
I'll prove it to you.
It looked like Burning Man. It's Star Wars universe.
Burning Man.
Okay, now what
Star
the hell?
Killer Base.
Yes, that couldn't be another Star Killer Base.
Boy, that really looked anime. That shot of Rey. They look like nears its end.
Are you sure that's Luke's voice at the end?
I'm sorry, that is freaking dumb. What am I looking at? It's my eyes. That didn't even look. That looks like computer generated or something. It didn't even look a real person. And what's with the sudden pan over, like pan and stop? It makes it just comical. Where it pans over to her face and stops, and it just looks completely fake.
Okay, I want to give my reaction. I liked that first shot of whatever new planet that is. That looks pretty cool. I liked the ships coming out of hyperspace. It's really cool. I don't know that I like the lined up Star Destroyers. Look pretty silly. That was like, how many Star Destroyers? Okay,
how many do we need?
Where the hell is the First Order getting all this money for these Star Destroyers? So
I don't think that's the First Order. They're not First Order Star Destroyers. They look like the originals.
Oh, so you think the Empire's coming back in some way?
I got the
we have
freeze
the
frame.
Emperor?
Yeah, it looks like a big copy paste fleet. It just looks like they used that old trick like from Lord of the Rings where they took like 100 soldiers and just kept duplicating.
Cloned them basically. Yeah.
It looks, that's the profile of an old Star Destroyer. It's not the big.
Right. Yeah, it doesn't have the same profile as the new.
If you go to 122, there's a good shot. That is a classic Star Destroyer. The antenna part on the top looks a little different on a couple of them, or I guess all of them.
Yeah.
So the bridge looks slightly different.
On 121, when you're seeing them.
But those are old school.
Oh yeah. Oh, you're not kidding. Yeah, the one at 122. That's definitely old school Star Destroyers.
Yeah.
Reminds me of the
not even close.
Solo and the Maelstrom or whatever they call it.
Right. That's exactly what it.
Maybe they're going to bring that back into play or something.
Mm-hmm.
Something like that. These ships.
Yeah, I could see that.
Because look, they're dark. They just have like running lights on.
Mm-hmm.
So I think they're.
And where are they?
They're hidden in a nebula or something, and they're going to find them to either destroy them or prevent the First Order from finding them or something.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Maybe the rebellion, or whatever you want to call it, resistance, is going to take these ships and use them as their insta-fleet to fight.
Yeah.
Since they lost their fleet.
That could make sense, since the whole point at the end of the last movie was that they had nothing, basically.
Right.
Yeah.
I do love the shot of the rebel ships coming out of hyperspace.
Yeah.
And it looks almost like it's in an atmosphere or something. It's hard to tell.
It reminds me a little bit of Rogue One. I like that.
I wonder if that's Poe's new fighter or if he's somewhere else, because it's got like a red. It's like red and gray. And is that the Falcon? That's not. Some other ship.
I did like seeing Rey, Finn, and Poe together. Finally, I would like them to have a little bit of time together in the film.
Oh, there's Y wings in there too, and B wings. That's the first time they've used and A wings. It's the first time they've used the Y wing, I think, and maybe the B wing in these.
Oh yeah, I'm looking at it now.
Yeah.
I'm again, and there's in one of the like 121. There's a Hammerhead Corvette.
Yeah, the Hammerhead Corvette.
So these look like old school ships that they're using almost. The X-wings have the new engine design.
I was gonna say the X-wings have the almost like the original Ralph McQuarrie design, but they're used as the new ships, not the old.
Yeah, I can't tell if they're slightly different than the ones we've seen so far in the trilogy. But anyway, I bet these are older ships that they've scrapped together,
refurbished, or somehow put back together. Yeah,
kind of like the original Rebellion concept of their ships were out of date.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm sorry, I was talking over your reaction. You said you liked the group shot.
No. Yeah, I like the group shot. I like the planet. I love seeing Leia again, only I'm disturbed that there's only really one shot in there of her, right?
That's just the one shot.
Really get. I hope that they've got a little bit more.
They do. I mean, they're talking like they've got a lot of unused footage from Force Awakens that they're going to use.
I hope
it does look like Burning Man at 1:15. It looks like it's in the desert. They built a structure out there. There's artwork all over it. And there's a bunch of colorful hippies everywhere.
Yeah, they're having a party.
There's kites. I haven't seen kites in the Star Wars universe before. There's a lot of them.
Okay, what do you make of the red-eyed 3PO?
I can't. That's the most perplexing thing of the whole deal for me. I can't figure out why in the world 3PO has red eyes.
Okay, can I say something about that?
Sure.
I think, and maybe somebody familiar with the comics can correct me if I'm wrong. The Darth Vader comic series that's been popular just the last couple of years has a torture robot in C-3PO style that has red
Assassin
eyes.
droid.
Yeah, I think he has red eyes.
He's like 000 or 00 or something is his name.
Yeah.
Zero.
Yeah.
It says zeros in it.
Gotcha.
And he's Vader's protocol droid.
Yeah, I'm wondering if that's even 3PO. It may not even be 3PO. It might be a torture droid.
Or there was an accident with it. Anthony Daniels in the suit. I can't get out. Get him out. I can't get out. Like a microwave. They got a microwave on the inside. It's like nobody wants to take the suit off at that point. And so
No.
inside.
We'll bury him in it.
Okay. Now, the thing about, well, I'll wait to talk about the thing.
It almost looks like a callback to this oil bath is going to feel so
It
nice.
does.
It's almost like the same angle, yeah.
Yeah, he's rising. Is he rising up out of something, or?
I think the camera's just panning down,
Yeah,
and making it look like he's rising, but maybe he's the Skywalker that's rising. He was built by Anakin. Maybe there's.
He was. Oh no.
Who knows what that stupid kid put in there that might get activated years later.
Oh no, Anakin has come back and possessed C-3PO.
I will say, 3PO is lurking in the background in a lot of these shots. Have you guys noticed that we've seen so far? The group shot, he's kind of lurking in the back, almost positioned to do something. And then in the there's a skiff shot where he's hanging on and he's in there. And then on one of the posters, which I think was a fake, he had the bowcaster in his hands.
What?
Oh, really?
3PO had a weapon?
He had the what do you call it? The thing
that Chewie uses?
Yeah, the bandolier. That's what I'm trying to say. He had the bandolier thrown over it, and he had the bowcaster in his hands.
Oh, he did have. Wow.
Yeah, and everybody said this has got to be fake, and it looked fake. But frankly, after seeing the new poster, I don't know what's fake and what's not anymore.
Cannot be true.
Yeah, can we talk about the new poster?
Yeah, are we done with this?
No, hold on.
Okay, good. Dark has not said her piece.
Isn't the new poster based on the scene of the lightsaber fight between Rey and...
Yes.
Yeah.
Because that looked pretty cool in the film clip. I liked that.
No, it did.
I don't really care for the poster, though. The poster looks kind of hokey.
I scoff at your opinion.
Well, no, your opinion's your opinion, and it's great, and maybe.
And it's great, yeah.
Yeah, your opinion is shiny.
Yeah,
It's
sure,
shiny.
great.
Your opinion is shines, and it's great, and I would hug it and name it George. But, if I hadn't seen Star Trek Into Darkness, I think that's the one it was, which so forgettable I can barely remember the name. I would maybe be a little more excited, but I'm having Into Darkness flashbacks.
Okay.
Because it looked just like freaking Khan and Spock fighting on that stupid damn trolley that they were fighting on.
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah,
Okay, I'm not making the comparison there, but okay.
I don't really I don't connect that really either. I mean, I know what scene you're talking about.
Yeah, exactly.
Reminded me
But
of that.
it doesn't mean I think it was amazing. I thought it looked cool, though. I mean, I will give it that. I thought it was a cool-looking shot. So.
Yeah, I did too. That fight looked pretty cool. Okay, Ray with the red or not eyes.
No, it's either. It looks like debris in the background, and there's a turbo laser cannon when they're fighting. Whatever they're fighting on.
I think
there's
they're
like
fighting
a wall.
on the Death Star.
Some of the structure of the Death Star.
Yes.
I'm sure that's probably what it is.
The last trailer showed the Death Star half submerged in the ocean or whatever, and it looks like that's where they're fighting.
Yeah.
So,
and she's wearing white in that scene.
Yeah.
So obviously, that's at the end. So she's not this whole. What does this thing?
That's why I still hold to my opinion that that's a vision or something of that nature, or a dream.
It had
or
better
something.
be, and I think that's a good interpretation. It better be something like that, because if it's not, this is just going to be stupid. Her story arc, she's already had the opportunity to turn dark too many times and turned it down. You know, this is not like Luke's story arc in the original trilogy, where he started out thinking he was fighting a big villain, then he found out the villain was his dad at the midpoint, and then he has to make a decision about how to deal with his dad and himself by the end. Right. She doesn't have this continuing moral dilemma. They haven't set anything up like that for her. Mm-hmm. Not even really from the beginning. They set up the potential for it from the beginning, but then The Last Jedi just shot all that in the foot by putting all the moral dilemma on Luke and not letting her have any real decisions or agency in that. So if she just suddenly turns dark, that would be ridiculous.
Yeah.
Yeah. Her whole motivation is, I'm doing it because somebody has to do it, it seems like. Yeah, that's the only reason they've given her for really anything so far, and that wouldn't make sense. As long as there's evil already playing a role, she wouldn't want to play that role, because somebody has to be the good guy, and it's her job, it feels like. Yeah. So I don't see her abandoning that, and leaving no good guys left.
If she survived the drunken, angry Luke,
what would be her motivation?
That would turn anybody to the dark side.
What could evil offer her? Nothing. Yeah. It doesn't have anything to offer.
And she already turned her back on Kylo Ren. She shut the door on him. They've been there, done that. And so I don't know. That's got to be a dream. Or the other possibility, and this would be even stupider, with the Emperor coming back, is maybe the Emperor could possess her or could flip her switch or something. Was she created by the Emperor?
So she walks off stage and gets dressed? Builds a lightsaber and comes back possessed?
No. But I get what Gundark's saying, and I could see maybe tie in the Emperor to my theory of maybe it's the Emperor who's giving her these visions, showing her this, and giving her this powerful this feeling of power. Like, this is how powerful you could be if you join me.
Luke never gave you a flip saber.
Exactly.
Look at this flip saber.
We have toys on the dark side.
It comes together to form scissors and nail clippers when they are together, and then you can separate it and knitting needles, and it's cool.
Much more convenient. It's the Swiss Army knife.
That shot to me looks off. I guess it's because they had to add the lighting or something, which what we saw, usually they use a actual saber in the scene to get the lighting on the face.
Right. Yeah.
But that shot, it looked cartoony to me. It looks,
maybe they CGI'd the lighting.
Yeah, it looks like she's CGI'd, like she's a composite.
And maybe
it's just the effect of the lighting and of maybe they put pale makeup on her or something.
And it may be the effect that it's a dream. And it's not intended to be real. And
I'm looking at the background too. I'm on 147. I'm looking at the background, and it looks like it's inside somewhere with metal. And it almost looks like there's some shapes back there to her left. In that whatever the metal is, but it could just be reflections. There could be bodies though frozen in there or something. My other guess. Go ahead.
No, I should say the lightsaber itself is also reminiscent of Kylo's.
Is it?
It's not
It
clean
is.
like the
Yeah.
standard sabers. It's
You mean
if
the
you look at a
blade
shot of
itself?
the blades themselves, yeah,
Yeah.
are
they're
actually like
kinda
real jittery looking and unstable looking like Kylo's.
Yeah.
Huh.
But you're right.
Um,
I'm looking at that shot now with the double blades at 146, and yeah, it looks
I'm all that.
incredibly composited and fake.
It does. What is up with that? And the costume looks kind of awkward too. I don't know.
No, it looks like literally like they
It looks
have
like a witch costume from
they have a
Halloween that you get at a
silhouette
store.
of a hood with a photograph of her face in
Right.
front of it, and then all this CGI in some lightsaber blades.
Yeah.
She
something's
doesn't
wrong
look
with that.
ready for anything there. So it must be a vision. But my other stab in the dark at this is that this is a reveal at the end, which I don't know why they'd put it in here now if it was a real reveal. But that could have something to do with her origin. That could be an actual, totally other character that she's playing.
You
Twin
actually thought it was
sister, a
someone
clone. Yeah, twin sister, a clone. She could be Mara Jade, basically the Emperor's hand.
Yeah.
Because they're
Oh.
borrowing heavily from EU all the time.
Yeah.
And so this could be a dark side user, Night Sister, something I don't know that has something to do with Rey's origin. That you remember the scene in the movie that shall not be named, where she's in the cave and she wants to see something of her origin, and she sees all those versions of herself.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Maybe they're playing on that, or maybe Ryan Johnson knew that the theory, or one of the the way they might go was that she's a clone or a. I mean, the cloning thing—that's the Emperor's thing.
That's
If
the
they're going to bring him
Emperor,
back,
Right.
Yeah.
we're already
Yeah.
seeing signs of who are they going to stick in those ships? I don't even think the First Order has that many troops or anything. So I bet you anything, there's a lot of secrets going to be revealed that is going to be the big, kind of MacGuffin battle at the end to stop things from being activated. Like there might be a clone factory that's going to start pushing them out, and also, have you guys seen the whole Sith Trooper thing?
Yeah.
Have you seen that, Gundark?
Yeah, the red armor. Is
Yeah, and
that
unless
right?
it's a misdirect, it's called a Sith Trooper, which implies that this whole thing is a plan of some sort.
Right.
Because Kylo doesn't seem interested in the Sith, right? According to
Yeah.
the Last Jedi. So there's something else at work here that, again, just like with Vader and Jedi, you couldn't have him be the boss bad guy anymore because you wanted to have him have a redemption arc. Well, you can't have Kylo be the boss bad guy either. One, because he's been seen to be too weak and nobody would buy it, or not many people would buy it. And two, because they've been setting him up this whole time, just continually mentioning it, his conflict and everything. So that's got to come into play. I still think they're going to team up, against the Emperor for whatever.
Probably so. The whole clone idea. Okay, now you got me thinking. Maybe that Dark Ray is a clone of herself that she will have to face, or maybe it's a previous ancestor, the person that the Emperor.
Or
cloned her
this
from.
theory that they're going with, which I hate, that the Force has to be balanced and that there's equal light and equal dark. This just could be some kind of manifestation of that because she was created or given these powers by the light side, that it endowed another version of herself somewhere. Yeah, they say your twin is somewhere, in the world, right? In the galaxy. The Force, the dark side may have said, well, that's not fair.
Well, I love that idea,
our own.
actually. Like Gundark was saying, if she has to actually face herself, face her own clone, I think that would be an interesting twist.
That might be cool, and that would overcome the problem of her not having her own moral dilemma. I mean, she's already rejected the dark side, but now if you have to face something that is and both isn't yourself, that's already gone dark.
No, I like that. I think that's good.
What is the point of having the fold-up lightsaber? Is it for customs to get it to the airport faster? I mean, what?
It's a way, just another way to dismember yourself.
Yeah.
It's like taking a shotgun and then strapping a second shotgun to it. I mean, just perfectly next to each other. That could come in handy at some point.
You fire on both sides.
We're getting dangerously close to just, Darth Maul with the epaulets that shoot fire instead. Horns, lightsaber horns instead.
Lightsaber horns.
It does remind me, of course, of Maul. This,
Yeah.
I'm looking,
Well, of course, you can't
they
have a
look
red double-handed lightsaber without thinking of Maul.
Anyway, my since my reaction is this completely underwhelming. Like, what in the world is the fuss over this? But it's 5 seconds of new footage, and I don't. My initial impression is, why did they use Yoda's theme at the beginning? Yeah, they slowed it down to make it have more dramatic emphasis or something. That's the thing these days, is slow everything down. Let's do this.
Is
Well,
Yoda gonna make another
down. Yeah, but why Yoda? Yoda's not even in it at the beginning.
Do you know? Maybe he's in the
What?
movie.
No, I'm saying in this shot, in these compilation of shots. Well, he is when he's.
Well, he is earlier,
lifting the X-wing for just a second. But was his theme just to build to that? I mean, what is Yoda got something to do with this? What?
I think you're overthinking it dramatically.
No, I'm not. Somebody put this together. Why did they use that music?
That's what I'm saying. Somebody put it together, but I don't know. They said there we have to have Yoda's theme. You know, I just think it's like, I like that music. That's cool. Let's throw it in. What's it called? Oh, Yoda's theme. Okay, you know, that's what I'm thinking.
That person needs to be fired because they're working on a Star Wars trailer. What are they really going to say? I don't know. I like that music. What is it? All the music's freaking good. But why Yoda's theme? That I don't know. It has no relation to anything.
Why not Yoda's?
Because I'm enough of a nerd that I've watched fan productions on the internet that are 10 times better than this. Sorry. and because they actually put some thought into it, and they go, "Oh, maybe I shouldn't use Yoda's theme because it has no bearing on anything." You know, a freaking moron could figure that out. Anyway, but I've seen a lot of compilations and tributes to the original trilogy and stuff. So this just almost seemed like a random group of shots. Like it didn't affect me at all, which is sad because I'm such an original trilogy fanboy. It was cool that they put just clips from each.
Well, that's the thing. I mean, I enjoyed the whole flow up until obviously, you know, the new stuff, but it was still cool to incorporate it all together. And the new stuff to me was hit or miss. I liked, you know, a couple of shots. You know, I loved seeing Leia, of course. Like Gundark said, I like seeing, you know, Rey, Poe, and Finn all together in the same shot. I was confused by the 3PO red eyes, confused by Dark Rey, but I enjoyed the shots of the ships, with especially the old school Star Destroyers and the coming out of hyperspace shot.
Yeah.
And, you know, so I mean, it was kind of a 50-50 for me.
The new reveals were pretty cool.
Yeah,
the new reveals were pretty cool, except for the Dark Rey thing, which looked like she was going to a Halloween party as a witch. I mean, she's not threatening at all. And to me, I did like. There's a sequence here where they have everybody touching. Did you guys notice that?
Yes, that was kind of.
That was cool. And then it ended with Finn taking Rey's hand. We're like, remember him? He's in this story.
Yeah.
Kissing Leia on the forehead, and
and I really like the shot of the X-wings from the Force Awakens, and then it cuts to the whatever salt shaker ships from the Last Jedi, and the X-wings are headed one way, and then those ships are headed the other, and they're both creating a plume on the water and on the salt dirt, whatever it is.
The salt.
Yeah, that's a cool. That's pretty cool. I like that. But I don't know. I didn't really have a reaction. I didn't
find it underwhelming. I found it about like Corellian. Like 50-50.
Yeah, interesting moments and then some moments. Yeah. But yeah, overall, it wasn't a thing that got me pumped up or anything.
No,
it's not like I'm to the point like, yes, I gotta see this now.
It wasn't a thing that made me feel like this next movie is gonna be absolute trash. So
right.
Which I still fear.
But
it doesn't seem to be confirmed by that. So.
I just don't get the whole. I still have that bad taste of the let the past die, and then they start this thing with half a minute of original trilogy stuff, and and when you watch it like that, to me it feels disconnected. I'm not buying in on that this is even the same story. I guess I'm just become so jaded at this point. But I've seen fan videos do it where it made me rethink even like The Last Jedi. They took footage from The Last Jedi and connected it to the prequels and to the original trilogy in a good way that's persuasive. So I'm not just a total hater of the idea or whatever, but I just didn't think this was very. I don't think there was very much there, which is fine because why spoil everything?
Yeah.
And Probably the big
and
spoiler was a fake out, you know.
yeah, saying that Ray, Dark Ray, has to be just a dream. Because why would you reveal that at this point? That's just silly. So
Yeah, it's probably, we already know the Emperor can send dreams because he
yeah,
probably
I'm
did
sure
that
that's
to
what it
Anakin
is.
in,
Yeah.
in
He's
Revenge of
just
the
trying to
Sith.
tempt her with power and all this kind of stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. Or JJ loves alternate realities
Yeah.
and alternate universes and
Mhm.
timelines and stuff. So maybe at some point she sees, or they show a vision of what could have happened if she chose a different path or something. Always in
was
the
the
future and
Emperor
all that.
in there at all?
No.
He's never heard or saw,
Nope.
right? Okay.
Oh, he said something about your journey is ending or something.
Was it his voice at the end? I thought it was.
I think so. It's right when they're
But
fighting on.
Corellian thinks it was Luke.
I
You know,
think it's Luke.
listen to
I thought it was sounding like
that's
the Emperor to me.
that's not Luke. Sounds like a composite of people actually.
Your journey nears its end.
Oh my God! I don't know.
That's not, that sounds like Emperor and
And Luke.
yeah, maybe, or Andy Serkis might be. Andy Serkis can
Oh,
do those voices
yeah.
all day long. It's not quite. I thought it was the Emperor, but it doesn't quite sound like him, does it?
No, I think it sounds like you were saying, more like a composite, maybe a couple of voices together.
He's definitely in there, or someone's imitating him.
So maybe then it's, if it were a composite, it's like the Emperor and Luke, all of their stories coming to an end. Whatever the Emperor is trying to do,
Yeah.
Luke, and therefore they're going to try to thwart it.
I wonder if it has something to do with Obi-Wan, because we had Obi-Wan's voiceover in JJ's last movie saying,
Yeah.
Rey, these are your first steps, and now we have your journey nears its end.
Yeah.
Nears its end.
I almost think that's a composite or another fake out. And again, if these reports of like Matt Smith or somebody being in the movie are true, that could be him combined with Ian McDermott's voice. They could have done a combination of their two voices.
For a young Emperor?
Either young Emperor or an acolyte of the Emperor who gets possessed by his Force ghost or whatever.
Yeah.
This whole thing, they're showing the prequel for a reason. If you're going to bring the Emperor back, it almost has to have something to do with that scene from the opera.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because how else would he still be around? But
And
Yeah, no,
in
that's
there, in the EU, isn't there stories, or what's now legends, of the Emperor possessing people?
there was in the
Is there
comics,
stories? Is it- Okay.
but I don't know about the EU. I don't know that they ever went there in the EU with the Emperor again. But in the comics, he drifted around as a malevolent, like the plasma creature from Star Trek.
Yeah.
and he went
I love
and
these
possessed a
people.
clone. He had clones set up. And in Battlefront, the game Battlefront 2, there are droids that have a holographic mask of the Emperor's face. They have a helmet that projects a hologram of his face, and it has his AI personality like programmed into it. And they're called they're red. They're like red, I think.
What?
And they're called sentinels or messengers or something. And they show up and give proclamations from the dead emperor because he had a plan in place in the Battlefront.
Narcissist.
Yeah, Battlefront's
my
official
God.
now. They may ignore it, but Battlefront's official storyline is officially acknowledged. So after his death and leading to they even have the Battle of Jakku in Battlefront when you play the single player. These robots showed up and commanded the fleet commanders of the Empire to basically use a new weapon he'd been working on called Operation Cinder or something, to just start burning the atmospheres off planets and stuff. And basically the idea was
what's happening in that shot.
you
firing
couldn't
on
protect your emperor, so now the galaxy has to go because I'm not gonna let it outlive me. Is kind of what.
Oh my God!
So it was just a war of attrition, trying to kill as many of the even Imperial planets were getting it, and so the New Republic had to fight that, of course. And then the last, I think, battle was on Jakku or something. But so I know the Emperor has already manifested
clones
in
of himself that he can hop his spirit into. He's got
in a
robots that he has programmed his own intelligence into that have
in a
holograms of
video
his
game.
face. And he's going to destroy the whole universe.
And in this same single player video game, Luke shows up and finds an the Emperor's like repository of artifacts, and he goes in and he actually allies with an Imperial, I think, or something like that, and they go in together to this place because and he takes that compass that is in his hut in the Last Jedi.
Oh, in the Last Jedi, yeah.
So the game came out way before, so they are connected in a design way, which implies, Luke was looking for something in the Emperor's sanctum or whatever, and in that compass, it maybe helped him find the First Jedi Temple, which again, then you got that pool at the First Jedi Temple that's like light and dark. It looks like divided down the middle. So I think the whole origin of all this stuff is it's a mess. They can't explain it in one movie, but we'll get some dumb movie, Emperor resurrection thing that, when the bar of plasma reaches this high, it will be fully powerful in attacking us. And, no, stop the bar. No, stop. Let's fight. And someone pull the switch, but it means a person will have to be ejected into space when you pull that switch. Kylo will do it. Kylo will stay behind, or Finn will stay behind. So, it's going to be something stupid like that.
I don't know if I can handle it.
Coming through, it will be like appearing and coming, and then somebody will sacrifice, and it'll be a movie thing. It'll make no sense whatsoever.
A whole army of droids with the Emperor hologram on their head. I don't know about that.
It was just one. In Battlefront, they just showed one, but I think it was implied there was more than one. And it was weird. It was like, okay, he has droids with his face. I'm not sure about that whole decision. It didn't seem like the Emperor that much to me.
The red-eyed packing 3POs are going to have to rise up and do away with those.
I also thought it's kind of like not really the Emperor's style to plan for his death, because he was so obsessed with beating death and everything that I think he would have, in his arrogance, everything was proceeding as he had foreseen. Well, why would he foresee a plan B?
Yeah.
It's arrogant. And Luke said, your arrogance is your weakness. But anyway.
Any other thoughts on the special look?
Visine for 3PO.
Get him some Visine.
Yeah.
And get him a weapon. I really want to see him in the weapon.
I think Anthony Daniels, from what I've seen, is like really happy about his part in this movie. It seems like some of the things he's let drop in the quotes. So there must be some thing that, 3PO suddenly has a purpose. He's been around a long time, and a lot of characters could have dabbled in his brain. If you think about it, he's been around from the beginning, and so has R2. I am a little discouraged that there's nothing on R2. There's like nothing.
Right.
We never
don't even get a glimpse of him.
Are they going to have a smackdown between R2 and a red-eyed 3PO? Oh no!
Where did that come from?
Yeah, that's random.
That was completely random.
If 3PO gets possessed, who's going to have to stop him?
Possessed.
I think you just like run away from possessed 3PO, and 2 years later, when he catches up to you, you might have to worry about it.
How do you possess
the quickest droid?
They don't have souls.
Yeah.
Reprogram or whatever. He gets the Emperor's artificial intelligence shot into his brain.
Well, we know 3PO's not bulletproof, according to Empire Strikes Back. Unless you just blast him, get it over with. But that, that red eye thing could be also. It's probably going to be some kind of joke that they're going to play for comedy, like they did in Attack of the Clones. But if it isn't, it could be something left by one of his former masters, like Luke or Han. Han would be really funny because of their antagonistic relationship. That could be a good throwback to Han. Yeah. But anyway, so I don't know. But the dark.
I don't feel horrible about the movie, which is good at this point. So I don't feel horrible.
There's not enough there to feel horrible.
I don't feel horrible, but at the same time, I'm not overjoyed either. So
and the dark ray thing
about the whole thing
seems like a Hail Mary. It seems like it's from a different movie. The style and everything, the pan across, it looks like someone else got a hold of that footage and built it from scratch. That doesn't look like it was filmed with that intention.
More argument for it being a dream.
Yeah,
it's
I've never
kind of
seen a
surprise.
pan reveal like that. Shunk, like Darth Maul comes through the doors and shunk, it pans over. And, oh, there's Darth Maul. They're trying. It's very. I don't know. It's not the Star Wars style. And I will mention there's Vader breathing in there.
Yeah.
Oh, it is.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
didn't hear that. And you do see the mask again, right?
Mm-hmm.
So he's taking the mask out of something. It looked like dry ice or.
I think he's going to use that mask to repair his mask.
Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah, he's going to take pieces of that
Like
that is
pieces
still
of
survive.
Vader's mask to fix his own.
Yeah, because the toughest parts of the metal or whatever survive the fire, so he's going to have that. And there's that hairy arm again. There was a hairy arm in the background of that shot. So I think he's got some kind of craftsman, alien craftsman, or something that's going to take the Vader stuff and reforge it into his helmet. I'm not sure why, but maybe it makes him Emperor proof. Maybe he's foreseen this.
Maybe.
Maybe he thinks it'll help against the Force lightning, or like Magneto, keeping Xavier out of his head with the
right with the helmet.
maybe keep the Emperor's control out. But I also think my whole theory of Kylo Ren being a double agent or whatever is still very much in play as well.
I do too.
I think the intention was there with that line where he said, "I'll finish what you started." I remember the second time we saw The Force Awakens, I said, "Hey, pay attention to this."
Yeah,
I was like, "This has bothered me from the first time we saw it." His words are very specific. There's no reason for him to say it this way, except to leave open the ambiguity that he. I really thought Luke sent him there, or Luke told him, "No, don't do that," and he defied Luke, and that's where they parted ways. Yeah, because he said, "Look, Anakin beat the Emperor by going to the dark side, and that's the only way anyone's going to be powerful enough to stop Snoke or whoever this new threat is." And I thought he was following that path instead of the path that Luke would say, "No, it's love," or whatever. God forbid. At least they didn't say the Force is love in this trailer. That'll be the end for me. I will
celebrate the love.
Yeah. Celebrate the love. Okay, so that's
okay. We ready then to call it quits?
Yep.
Oh, I do want to know. I do want to know Corellian's Mandalorian trailer reaction because he was in Corellianite.
He was encased in Corellianite.
It's amazing. It's just I can't say enough about how excited I am about this trailer. And the show, the show just is what I'm looking most forward to in the entire Star Wars universe right now.
Maybe the entire universe.
Maybe the entire universe. Yeah, exactly. But I think it. I mean, they didn't show us a ton of new stuff in the footage and new footage. I mean, they did. They showed some new stuff, but mostly like a lot of establishing shots and a little bit more of some of the scenes we've already gone through. But I love this cast. I love the feel of it. The Western feel, is what I love the most. I think it's definitely like they've always said, Star Wars is a Western in space, and this really brings that home, I think. So yeah. I'm stoked. I think it's going to be amazing.
Seeing this reinforced for me how much I liked the other one.
Yeah,
and it's a real big difference. Like there's not much shown, just like this. But that had a consistent tone. To me, the tone failed on this one, or I won't say failed. It just didn't inspire me at all. Maybe it wasn't supposed to. I don't know what this was originally designed for, but just to give people at D23 a look or whatever, it's fine for that. I don't know, but they released it to the public. I would just hope for something a little more inspiring. But The Mandalorian, I just wanted to say, after watching it a few times, we were watching it over and over again the other night, I realized that it's actually a preview of the format of the show. And the trailer does tell a story. It shows you the point of view of the show is going to be the Mandalorian because it comes in tracking his ship. His ship lands, the door opens, and you see over his shoulder the
coming
world
out.
He's seeing probably for the first time, and then he's going, and you see that the stormtrooper helmets mean this is a lawless place. The people that used to keep order are now the prey, and so you basically have to be a badass to exist here and bring your own law, and then you see him paying or getting paid or taking bounties or whatever. You see the battles and stuff, and you see him taking down somebody at the end, and then you see there's a collection of like 4 people in carbonite, and he's walking away.
Right.
So the premise of the show is going to be probably criminal after criminal after criminal, and he puts them in carbonite at the end of each episode. So we kind of got a preview of what the essence of the show is supposed to be about. And they threw, of course, the wrench in the works when they were showing the kids. There was 2 shots of kids in there in danger and women holding them, which is classic Western thing to pull.
Yeah,
And
absolutely.
it's going to be probably the conflict with this bringing out the humanity in this character, or showing us that he has none, because it looks like Fistful of Dollars, where the Wanderer comes into the town that's being torn apart by 2 different factions, and then tries to take advantage and make money, but also kind of set things right or be a force for vengeance, which is also Yojimbo. Which is what Star Wars is inspired by, that fortress. So I think we're going to see that kind of thing, where you have a warrior from a past era, which is what Mandalorians were glorified years and years and years before, who's got a skill set higher than the lawless world around him. This is Mad Max as well, by the way, the Road Warrior. And so I think that's what they're going for. And I've heard over and over again about all these Easter eggs, and I just hope, that's my main concern, is I hope they don't overdo the Easter eggs.
They don't overdo it, yeah.
Yeah, just sprinkle them in here and there. Give us the new characters. Give us the new stuff.
Just give us enough to remind us we're in the Star Wars universe.
But how shocking was that, the spiraling door?
Oh,
that's gonna be a very gruesome death.
Yeah, I don't know if the guy's dead. His race may not kill him. We don't know.
Wasn't he the one that was frozen in the block of carbonite at the end?
Well, one of them was. There was 2 of those guys there with those shapes or whatever. But no, I'm being serious. They can get away with a lot. There's shows where they disintegrate people and then the person reforms because of their race. I mean, if they don't want him to be a stone cold killer, then he could say, "Yeah, I knew that wouldn't kill you, but you'll be in a lot of pain until that grows back." Whatever, This is still Star Wars. I think I don't want to get too excited thinking they're going to just radically go, full frontier justice on it or whatever. I wish they would, but
yeah, I agree.
Yeah. Anyway,
all right. So I think that about wraps it up with our latest 2 reactions.
Yeah.
Anybody got any final thoughts?
I think that's it.
Okay. All right, well, that's it for us this time. Find us in all the usual places on Facebook and YouTube. Like our stuff, comment, subscribe to the page, and definitely see us on Facebook at the Cantina Club podcast. All right, so we'll see you guys next time. Until then.
See ya.